The soaker, super soaker, that was created by a black person. It's still in, you can still purchase this today. And then, my students met Dr. Carson. He was the doctor that separated the conjoined twins. We went to John Hopkins Hospital to, see him, and, he was very accommodating with us. It was very, very good. So, then look at the ice cream. That was invented by a black person. The different flavors of ice cream, the cone, you see that?
Yes.
The bicycle frame, the guitar, the lantern, all of these were invented. So we want you to know it's in your DNA. You can do this because your ancestors before you, look at the golf tee. That was invented by a black person.
Including the game of golf.
You see what I'm saying? The dustpan, pencil sharpener.
Oh, I know.
Is the gas mask up there?
No, we did not.
They have the stoplight
the
by
gas
Gary
man?
Morgan.
No. But we have the traffic light.
By Gary
And we have a book with all the rest of the invention. We just couldn't put them all. But what we wanted you to see, you will see things like this. These are what the students that did this, and this is their contribution. In Tulsa, Oklahoma. Okay. So O.W. Gurley was a Arkansas landowner, and he had the vision of a black community contained. Now there were two Black Wall Street in the early 1900s. One was in North Carolina and one was in Tulsa. Tulsa patterned their Black Wall Street after North Carolina. Now, in this area here, Mr. Gurley bought 40 acres. In that gold area there, that's 40 acres. And he decided, this is where I will set up the Greenwood community. Okay, now let's go back over here. These people were wealthy.
Got you.
This is why they called it the Black Wall Street. Even today, if in New York, the Wall Street, where the economic center is, thank you. This is where the Black Wall Street was the financial center, both in North Carolina and Tulsa, of African Americans. Now, in that 40 acres, there were 600 businesses, 21 churches, 21 restaurants. There were stores, movie theaters, private airport. They even had a library, a bus system. They had all of this contained in this 40 acres. Now, some things happened a year before this incident with Dick Rowland. There was a black, even though, and you notice in Tulsa, North Tulsa is where the Greenwood community is, not South Tulsa.
Okay.
And the year before this incident with Dick, there was a beloved black business owner that was murdered. Both black and white loved this man. And so there was a incident that happened. They found out that this white man murdered him. So, now I want you to stand right here and just turn around. I'm gonna. Now, the black community said, now if they would do this to a white man, what would they do if this was a black person? Keep that in mind. This is the reason why I'm telling you the story. This happened a year before. Now, Dick Rowland, this back in the day, there was a elevator operator. Now when you get on the elevators, you can just punch any button you want to. But back in the day, you had a person, that's what their job was, to punch the elevator. So this is what happened. Dick got on the elevator and he accidentally stepped on Sarah's foot. Now, in order for him to stabilize Sarah, he grabbed her. Two different stories were circulating in the black community and the white community. In the black community, it said, oh, he accidentally stepped on Sarah's foot and he was just stabilizing her. No big deal.
Right.
In the white community, an African American man assaults, attacks a white woman. Now that went on all day. So you can imagine all this happening. At the end of the day, the next day, May 31st, they tell the sheriff, go arrest Dick. Now remember what happened the year before. What now? Remember I told you blacks went on the Trail of Tears with the Native Americans, right? That's how they got to Oklahoma. Another way that African Americans got to Oklahoma is they were Civil War veterans. So everybody in the Greenwood community, not only did they have a gun, but they knew how to shoot it. So they went to the courthouse and told the sheriff, we're going to protect